Alright, Storage Prospector here. Went to an auction, didn't win anything. So, I've been sweating my butt off in 90 some degree weather. And I got a package. I had to stop by the storage unit. I should have started recording there just to show you the onslaught of my death pile that I have of stuff that's all paid for. The only thing I pay on it is storage every month. But as long as I'm clearing $3,000 to $4,000 on eBay, I guess it's not okay, but it's okay to say that I have the overhead of paying that. But what I got going out here, this stand right here is a TV stand. Got $40 for it. I had to go get a box big enough for it. I got a TV board right here that it went for, I think it went for $45 with free shipping. Probably lose about, after fees and everything, $12 on it, but it's paid for. And then I got these bad boys, and these came out of that unit that had the pipe threader. Got $39 for them. They probably should go in a box. I'm putting them into padded flat rate. Hopefully it stays together. Because if I put them in a box, it's going to take it from $6.92 to something like $18, $19. So I got a care package. I got this at an auction on Saturday. It is vintage. I think I paid $30 for it. One of the wheels is locked up. It's an OGS board. It does around 100. I don't know if I should fix the bearings that are locked up on it or not, or leave it as it is. I've seen them go as high. It's not one of the flex boards. But I needed to talk. And here's the box that I got for that stand. But the box I got from my care package today, which is record boxes, because in the next week, I have a feeling that I'm going to sell 20 to 30 records. I have not had so many watchers on the records that I have. Honestly, I could probably use that box that they came in to put this stand in. I don't know. It weighs a lot less. But I was told that, and the only reason the blue ambiance here, I'm going in the back caves, and that's the sparkly water. Now, that's my wife's saltwater tank. She has 3 little fishes in here, which they're all hiding. 2 clowns, one's black, one's orange. Okay. Well, this one changes colors. I think that's Fred. And Gimpy's in the back. He's got a hurt pedal just like Nemo did. And over here in this little corner, you can't see her. She's hiding. Her name's Flo too. She's blue and red. My wife was doing real good with her saltwater tank. She went out and got a $60 fish, and it died 3 days later. Now she doesn't buy $60 fish. But that was her Christmas present. My daughter started her out with like a little 5-gallon, 3.5-gallon tank. And then she went up to a 10. And then she told me she got a bigger one, that it would be easier to keep it up. So we were at the right place at the right time, and I was already planning on buying her I was going to get her a 39-gallon tank. And we were just at the right place at the right time, and I picked up one for $100, and then got all the storage stuff. We got the rock. We got 2 lights with it for an extra $30, and the guy it was a car guy, and we knew each other from car shows and stuff, and we just got talking, and he had an extra tank. And what's so bad is every time when we mention where the tank came from and who we got it from, it's like everybody in this town of probably 400,000 or 500,000 people that has anything to do with saltwater tanks knows who this guy is, because he's got like a 300-gallon saltwater tank, and then underneath the saltwater tank he's got like 2 75-gallon tanks that he runs stuff and filters water through and stuff like that. So, but he did us a solid by getting my wife started doing something that she's enjoying and she's doing for herself. I used to have a 75-gallon tank, but it was fresh water. Had a bunch of ball of sharks and stuff like that in it, but once we got rid of it, I just kind of lost interest in it. I mean, it's just another money pit. It's just another place to put your money. But I went to auction today. It was 3 units, and I have been told by, see, I'm sweating pretty bad. It's hot out there. I've been told that my videos aren't doing too good by my local cronies, Brandon and Randall. They said that I need to get a better camera. I need to get more solid. I need to get something maybe mounted to me so that I can dig through boxes. I'm trying. I really am, guys. I know at the end of the month I'm going to do what I see Craigslist Hunter doing and I see Bidder Picker doing. And it might help you out if you're an eBay seller. I'm going to throw up some stuff up there that I sell through the month. I usually sell anywhere between 85 and 200 items a month. So I actually just got an offer on one of my auctions, and it's out of the last week's one where the guy was pulling everything out, and I bought that one piece of machinery. Matter of fact, I bought this. Which I had showed you in another video. It is a concentrated oxygen machine. Well, I paid $50 for the power cord for it to make sure it worked and got the hours on it. And I have $52 invested in it. I put it on eBay for $1,100 as an auction. I've got 4 watchers on it, and somebody offered me some money for it today. So as soon as I get off here with you, I am going to put the best offer on the auction. And hopefully that person was serious, and I will take the $800 she wants to give me for it. That is not a bad flip in a week. So, so I think my eBay right now is probably doing gross around 28 to 3, and that's norm for me. So if I can pull off a 3 to 6, I feel pretty good. You know, a third of that's pretty much going off in fees and shippings and everything else. Like this big stand right here, I did charge $21.75 for shipping. We'll see where it's going to be at. I might make a little bit off of it. I might not. If I use the box that I brought in, it was a free box. The paper that I'm using is free. So the stand was free. So it's just costing me time of listing it, and literally, like I said, I have convenience centers here, and I asked somebody in my local area if I could go dumpster diving, which they're not supposed to let you do that. But I asked him if I could just get the stands off of the flat screen TVs, and he let me go at it for about an hour, and I pulled 6 stands off. About $180 worth of stands. This one sold in 2 days. $40. So, I'm not going to have anything in it but shipping and some tape and a label. And to maybe 35 minutes I had enlisted it and me talking about it right now. But like I said, I've got a bunch of TV parts. I literally brought home, stopped by the unit that has all my TV stuff in it. I actually picked up about 8 stands that came from that unit, and then I picked up a large size tote that's full of TV parts, and then I also picked up like boxes like this. I picked up about 6 or 7 of those. Now all the boxes are marked somewhere on them what part they are, and most of them have 3x5 cards in them that tells you how much they sell for on eBay. Now I cross-reference all the prices because this guy, he asked when he sold them on eBay, he sold them at full volume. I'm selling them for about 20% less than the lowest that I can find because they're paid for. It's just about moving them down the road, and I opened up to global shipping, so I get a lot of stuff that goes to Puerto Rico and South America and stuff like that. And surprisingly, it's not to the big 50, 60-inch TVs. It's to the older plasma TVs looking for parts and the smaller TVs, because I assume that's just more common down there. And like here in America, where everybody's got 50 and 70 inches TVs on their walls. But it is, I don't know, it's 2:45, and I hadn't left anything up on here for a while. Like I said, I will go to the end of the month, and I think I'm going to do an eBay thing. I will put it up on, we'll do the camera on a pedestal so it will be nice and straight. And we'll just backtrack and show you some of the things that I sold, maybe things you don't know about selling, things that usually you can pick up pretty cheap, and you can flip them to eBay if you are an eBay seller. Like 2/3 of my revenue comes from eBay, so I'm pushing forward for it all the time. It's like the last week and a half that I haven't been auctioned. I have been the first shelf back there that's got 34 scissor totes on it. While I was in Kentucky, I was selling out of it, but I wasn't restocking. I wasn't relisting. I wasn't refilling them back up. So I've been hitting every letter, and I've been listing, and I've been backfilling on my totes. Before I start on this one here, which I actually just put this one full of records. This one has half the records that Brandon gave me, which I think most of them are going to go in the next week and a half. And then the other half was records that I've literally had for about 2 years. They were underneath my desk, and I forgot about them, and they were under there. But all this other stuff was listed. That's actually out of place. That's listed. That's listed. This is not. I bought this Friday, right here. I don't know how much you know about car amps, but I haven't tested it yet. But it should do somewhere between 250 and 350. And I got a double din also with the deal that should do 150 to 200. So I paid 150 for it, and I should make about $5 off of it once it's listed. And that amp is very sought after. So, in the shape that it's in, as long as all the channels work, which I'll test it, it should bring it fairly easy. The radio might take a little bit longer to sell, but I still think it will sell pretty good. So, didn't make the auction. Literally 3 units, real crappy. Brandon and Randall probably ended up with the best deals through the day. Randall gambled. There was a unit that was full of car parts. I like car parts. More older car parts, but I like car parts. And there was some Krager Keystones Classics with Krager SS emblems on it, which the emblems alone will do $60 to $75 just for the emblems. And the dude went all the way up to $80, and I didn't want them after that because the rims weren't in that great a shape, and I just kind of wanted to get them for about $40 and then sell the center caps and scrap the metal. Then Ray went ahead and just did the whole auction. I really wanted to record the whole thing, but the units were in really nasty shape. The first 2 were just junk. I mean, I can't believe somebody paid $5 a piece for them. Just really, really junk. Most need to be trashed out. The unit that Bill bought, I was the first one that jumped in. Paid him $30 for a set of rims that were sitting in the back. It's just a set of chrome slots that are 4 on 5.5, which is the same as my enclosed trailer and my open trailer. So get them damn trailer rims that are like 6-inch wide off, and put a regular 7-inch wide and street tire on it, and it's a better stability trailer for the wheels and the tires. And paid him $30 for these rims, so they were bought for me, and we'll switch them out and get rid of the trailer steel rims. Then I bought a bumper off of him, which I thought was a Volkswagen bumper. Somebody just commented on my Facebook saying that it might be a Z40 or a Z80 280 bumper, which means it ain't worth nothing. Probably paid too much for it, but I bought it, and I bought one of those 70s plastic light up guys, Santas for the front yard. I think they're called Duplops or something like that. He's probably worth 40 or 50 bucks, so he'll probably pay for the fact that I paid 25 for the bumper and him. But I'm at a loss because I bought rims for myself and I'm buying them to resell them. So then I went out to eat. That cost money, and then I drove home and I went and got that stuff. But everybody jumped into Bill's unit and started buying stuff. Well, he got a bunch of copper out of there. He got like 4 boxes of copper. I guess the guy was stockpiling copper, so he got a bunch of copper. He's going to get that back for scrap. Well, he paid $25 for, I think, a 10 by 20. And I gave him $45 for what I got. And there was a bunch of military chests in the back. And boy, Pirate would have liked it because all 3 of them had padlocks on them. And, no, wait, the very top one was open and it was all closed. But then they started bringing out the ones with the padlocks on them. And before it was opened, Bill sold the first one that came out with the padlock on it for $25 to Randall. Then the second one came out, the third one came out, and when they were carrying it out, it was open and it had train tracks on it. It had vintage train tracks in it. So they were all American Flyer trains, all the tracks and the junctions and all that stuff. And then the last one came out and I think it was all closed. But Brandon had the bolt cutters and they popped the lock, and I wish I would have recorded it so you guys could have seen it, because the entire chest was slam packed full. The one that Randall bought from Bill for $25 had nothing but original boxes of American Flyer train stuff. All the cabooses, the engines, the transformers to the tracks, everything. Now, all the boxes, everything were in there. Probably $500-600 worth of stuff for 25 bucks. Plus, the military box it was in was probably worth 25 bucks. So, great gamble. Worked out for him. I think he bought a couple more things, like a brand new Ranger radiator and a couple tires and a couple military bags. I think altogether, Randall spent maybe $50 with Bill. Probably got, probably got $750 worth of stuff for 50 bucks. And Brandon actually bid on the toolboxes.
Hello, Moto.
Brandon bid on the toolboxes, and honestly, I must have been sleeping, because I knew they were vintage, but I didn't even see the names on the toolboxes until the bidding was done. Well, the main roll-around toolbox was 4.5 foot wide by 3 foot tall, probably 31 drawer, Mac toolbox. Old vintage one, probably from the 70s. All the drawers worked on it. It was great shape. Just need to be cleaned up. And then the other toolbox was one of the slide on the sides, snap-on with one door toolbox. So, and it was locked, but Brandon ended up paying $250. The auctioneer that I have showed you guys that pulls stuff out, and you're going to love this one, he bids on his stuff. If he sees something that nobody's going to buy on, he will bid against you. He's the auctioneer, and he bids against you. And so basically he drove that up, but the way he told Brandon, he goes, in my auction house, this would bring $500-600 for these 2 boxes. Well, Brandon went through the one that was unlocked and found a handful of Mac and Craftsman tools in it, but in the very bottom box there was a vintage snap-on torque wrench. Everything was working on it. Should do about $175 to $225. So with the combination of the Mac tools in there and that should make back his $250 he spent, and then he's got the boxes. And me, I would clean the hell out of them. I'd put them on eBay. I'd put his pickup now. I'd throw $300 to $400 on him and be done. Brandon, he might make $200 or $300 on him at the flea market and be happy with it. Might make $100, might make $200. I don't know. But he did send me a bunch of pics on them, and I am going to get them broadcasted across my Facebook and my friends and all my car friends so that they can check a look at it. So the next time I do have a unit tomorrow that I'm bidding online. I may or may not get it. Somebody knows how much my proxy is, and come to find out, the last one that I didn't win, he was the one that won it. But he was bidding against somebody else past my $500 bid, because I wouldn't go higher than $500, and he was bidding against somebody and got it for like $850. And he says he's up about $2,000 on the locker, so good for him. And there was vintage stereo in it, which that was kind of sucky because that's what I like. But it's all good. When it comes time to bidding, we ain't friends. We all got to run a business. We all got to make money. And being friends is good because sometimes we can split stuff. Sometimes we can help each other out. And, you know, it is one big family. We're all just doing the hustle. And as long as we keep moving forward, we all are scoring at one point in time. Now, remember, down here, down there, there's a like, there's a subscribe, all the little good things. I would love for you to do it. Storage Prospector, we're out, and I will hit you guys up with if I get something in the next couple weeks. If not, then I will do an end of the month eBay thing and show you guys a little bit of what I sell, because I sell an array of stuff on my store. But y'all take it easy. Later.